Hello everyone, my name is Teacher Lena and welcome to my channel. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about how you, as an ESL online teacher, can expand your teaching hours so that you don't always have to just teach in those peak China or teaching times that a lot of companies will offer you. So let's talk about how to expand your hours that you can teach with. Well, like I said, my name is Teacher Lena and I am an ESL online teacher. My channel is all about teaching ESL online. So if you're interested in that and if you want to see more videos about that, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Well, in my quest for looking for how I, as a full-time ESL online English teacher, in my quest for looking for making my hours work for me so that I'm not always teaching in the morning, in the wee hours in the morning, or I'm not always teaching late at night. I was trying to find which companies would allow me the most flexibility, and that might be an issue for you too. I live in America and I live in Central Standard Time. Now, if I wanted to expand my hours and teach outside of those peak times, which for me is between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m., Central Standard Time, if I wanted to expand my hours and teach maybe even later in the day, where I could teach in the afternoon, I had to try to think like what companies would allow me to do that. So the list I came up with that works for me, these are not all of the companies that allow you to do that, but the list that I had that works for me is Gogokid, VIPKID, iTutor Group, and Cambly. So let me go into each of these companies so you can know a little bit more about them. So I start my day at about 2:30 in the morning, and the companies that allow me to teach at 2:30 in the morning, which actually all of them I could, but what I start with Gogokid, and then if I wanted to teach more in the afternoon in my day, Gogokid I can't teach with Gogokid and VIPKID. In the afternoon, I need to teach with either iTutor Group or Cambly in the afternoon for my time. For Gogokid, let's just start with Gogokid. Gogokid would allow I could teach from the evening. For me, I could teach in the evening all the way into the morning and stop at 8 o'clock in the morning because that's when the children in China will go to sleep. So there's a gap in your day where the children, you cannot teach the children, you cannot teach online with Gogokid or VIPKID. So for those two companies, if I want to teach in the afternoon, I can't, but I could teach all through the morning with those companies and all through the night with VIPKID and with Gogokid. Now I can teach all through the morning with iTutor Group and all through the evening with iTutor Group and also with Cambly. But the difference with iTutor Group and Cambly is I could teach in the afternoon for my time also. So I could teach after 8 o'clock, which, like I said, that's when all the students are not allowed to take classes after that period of time. So, but the adults can, and the children in, who I might, on Cambly, who I could teach in Saudi Arabia, well, I could teach them at 8 o'clock and after 8 o'clock my time, because they're in a different time zone. So yeah, that's when I could open up slots with those companies, and that works out great. They give you, for iTutor Group, they actually have to give you classes, so you can open up your slots, and maybe they would actually give you classes or maybe not. It just depends. A lot of times when I was getting classes for my tutor group in the afternoon, it was adult classes. Right now I haven't been opening up my afternoon slots with iTutor Group, but when I did, it was adult classes that I would be teaching mostly in the afternoon. And those classes are not paid as high as the children's classes, not their base rate, but the more adults you get in your class, because you can teach a group of adults, and if they give you a high rating, then your rate goes up. So, you could go up to, close to $20 an hour teaching maybe a group of 4 or more in that, with a high rating on iTutor Group. But if you just get one, then it's not as much. It's about $7.50 for teaching one adult for 40 minutes on iTutor group. With Cambly, again, it's not as high of a pay as with Gogokid or VIPKID, but if you're just trying to fill up your afternoon, if you want to open up and have some afternoon hours, Cambly is very flexible, and it's really great to be able to teach with them because, you meet so many interesting people all over the world. You could teach adults, you could teach children. Right now, a lot more children are on their platform because children are at home during this time because right now, we're experiencing the pandemic. So a lot more children are at home, so you could teach children also. But you don't always know who you're going to teach on Cambly. That's the tricky thing. You just have to kind of sometimes you're just surprised. And sometimes you can make reservations, or you can open up your slot so people can make reservations with you, and that way you know for sure who you will teach. And then, you can pick out a lesson for them, or sometimes they've already come prepared with a lesson. Like if they might have, sometimes I've had students, adults, look at topics that they want to actually learn. And so they'll bring that topic to class, or they'll enroll in a series of classes so that those materials are already prepared for the tutor to go over with them. So, there's many ways, or sometimes they just want to come and talk and just practice their conversation. And then you can ask them questions. You can find there's many websites that just have like questions prepared by topic for ESL teachers. So you could talk about health. What kind of foods would you eat if you're trying to be healthy? What is your daily exercise routine? Stuff like that. They give you questions that you can ask during your free talk session. So you don't have to just sit here and think, okay, what do I need to talk about? No, there's many ways that you can find out ideas or topics to talk about in your classes to make them interesting. So that's a fun thing about Cambly. It's different all the time. It keeps things fresh and new, and between adults and children is very interesting. And then with iTutor group, I love their topics too. Now they will give you topics to talk to your adults about, and you'll go through and you'll read things and you'll answer questions about them and give the adults their time to talk during those sessions, making sure everyone gets a chance to practice. And it could be a great experience. It's fun to talk to these people. You meet some very interesting people during these times. But then those are the afternoon times that I could teach with those companies. But let me talk more about how it works with Gogokid and VIPKID. Now with Gogokid, I teach starting at 2:30. Like I said, I start at 2:30 in the morning. I could teach, from 12 in the morning. I could teach from 8 o'clock the night before all the way to 8 o'clock in the morning the day after. I could do that, and many teachers do that. But for me, I needed to not stay up through the night because I wanted to be awake during the morning or during the day with my family. So I choose to try to get up earlier, get up earlier, and then I can start at 2:30, and then I could take a nap sometimes in the afternoon if I'm not teaching, but I could grab that afternoon nap and then, be up in the evening when my family comes back, from work or school, whatever they're doing. So that's how I, work my schedule when I'm working with Gogokid or VIPKID, very similar. Right now, I only teach a few classes on VIPKID, so I don't have as many slots available with them, but they're very similar to the way Gogokid and VIPKID, they operate very similarly in their times and how you can, open up your slots. You have full control over those slots. You can open up as many as you want or as few as you want, and then the parents will actually book you. So it's not, the classes are not just given to you by the company. The parents actually will book you. And for those classes, they give you the materials to go over with your students. And then the parents, sometimes they will rate you, and hopefully they will rate you, because the more ratings you get, then the more times other parents will want to book with you, So it's good, to even ask them at the end when you're putting in your feedback. You have to give feedback after every class. You want to say, thanks for coming to my class, and I love to receive stars or from my students, so please leave stars and some feedback for me after class. So you can ask those things to remind the parents that they can help you out by giving you some feedback so that people will want to book you more. But that's how it works with them. The parents will book your class, and so you need to make sure that you are becoming and looking appealing to the parents. So that's by having good feedback from other parents, by having a good profile picture, by having a good intro about who you are. And there's many ways to find out how to have a good profile so that it is very attractive for parents. There's many resources and videos about this. The companies will give you information on how to make your profile appealing so that parents will want to choose you. They want to book you. And there's parents looking for all different types of teachers. I mean, there's so many teachers and so many different teachers out there. There's very high energy teachers. There's not as high energy teachers. I mean, it's like some parents, they want somebody who's a little bit softer, quieter, obviously engaging, yes, but it's not always that one personality that's going to get all the classes, or that one look of a teacher that's going to get all the classes. No, there's teachers that look and sound and act all differently. So that's the great thing about who you are as a teacher. You could be you and still get booked on Gogokid and VIPKID as well. Now, I could do a whole video about, how often you might get booked on VIPKID or how often you might get booked on Gogokid. It differs for every teacher, and to understand that, we could talk about that. But these are your possibilities if you want to expand your hours when you are teaching online as an ESL online teacher, and you're trying to do this full time. Well, these are some options for you so that you can fill up your schedule. Now, I am filming this video during the time of the pandemic, so there are so many teachers who are trying to get online right now. So something to keep in mind that it is very competitive right now. So yes, it might not be as easy to get all of your desired classes or times filled up right now, but the hope is that once things kind of balance out a little bit, once the kids start to get back to their regular routines, then and maybe they're all the teachers that are online right now, they might not be online in a couple months, because there's so many teachers who are coming online because they are not working at their other jobs. Maybe they're a classroom teacher at a brick and mortar school, or they are working in a different business, and that they can't work at right now. So a lot of teachers are online trying to teach right now. So once the times kind of go back to a normal or new normal, as they're saying, once that happens, then it'll be easier for all teachers to have more steady bookings. But it is a difficult time right now for teachers online to get those bookings. So just keep that in mind if you are trying to look into any of these companies. It's not easy trying to get these bookings out here, but you can do it. It is a slow process with any company. I mean, for you to get bookings, you shouldn't expect to get bookings just right away with any company. I mean, it does take time. You need to plan for that. You need to know, like, I can't expect to have 8 hours of teaching right off the bat. It's not like that. It's not like a job that you would get hired for and they would just give you your hours like that. No, it's something you have to plan to build up. So expect that. I will say that if you are fortunate to get on with Cambly, that's probably the easiest company to get time available to teach with, because they have priority hours. You can pick a priority hour, which allows for calls to come into you. You are a priority teacher right then, so they will kind of funnel calls to you, and these are usually like people who are new to the platform and they just want to try out the platform. So you are taking these calls, but you are assured that you are getting calls during that time. So that's like the quickest way to get, you know, your times filled, or to get some teaching time on Cambly. But if you can also, you know, make your schedule to have appointments, and if you have appointments, then you have to wait for people to schedule you, and you know that might not always happen. But if you want to have fast bookings, or fast, you know, make some money right away, it's priority hours on Cambly. That's the way to go. It is the most, you know, consistent, easiest way to make money that I do on Cambly. Now, there's other companies like Cambly that you could go with and teach with, but that's who I use as my go-to when I need to make some quick money, and I might not have uh, my slots filled in another company that I'd opened up with, so I just go to Cambly and make some money. So anyhow, thanks for listening today to this video about how you can expand your hours as an ESL online teacher. And if you like this video, and if you like more videos like this, I put out videos each week. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like the video, and I appreciate your subscription. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.